I don't want to hear anything about the Buffalo Bills. As far as I'm concerned, they had a bye week yesterday. Come to me in a month when they go up against the Eagles, the Chiefs after the bye week, and the Dallas Cowboys. And when they handle their business in games of that magnitude, we can bloviate about the Buffalo Bills and there's a return to football, quality football in Western New York. Until that time, shut the hell up and go out there and prepare for a real NFL opponent.
A little aggressive, your word choice, but yeah, we played it back.
I got it from you. Go ahead.
Yes.
Shannon, this dude. Who's winning the AFC East? Is it the Bills or the Dolphins?
I like Buffalo.
What?
I do, because when you look at the Dolphins, look at who they've beaten. I mean, you like the Giants, you like the Raiders. They did drop a 70-piece on the Broncos. Now, the Broncos look to be much improved, but they don't have a win over anyone with a winning record. When they step up in level and they step up in competition, they lose. I think Buffalo can right the wrongs. Obviously, everything is tied to Josh Allen and his turnovers, but he seemed to have corrected that flaw. I like what I'm seeing from them. I'm going to say I like the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC East.
I would remind you, Shannon Sharpe, over the next 4 weeks, the Miami Dolphins play at the Jets.
Win.
At the nation's capital, Washington Commanders.
Win.
I call them the Commodores every now and then. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Those Commodores, they're the Commanders. Okay. They got Tennessee.
Win.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they got the Jets again. That's over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I also will remind you that it's the #1 team in points, yards, passing yards, and #2 in rushing. I'm sorry. When your offense is that prolific, as long as the cheetah is on the field, all right, with Waddle, with Tua throwing the football, the Buffalo Bills team that I've been watching, I'm not giving them no edge over the Miami Dolphins. That's just how I feel about it. I get the fact that the Miami Dolphins, I'm looking at them right now.
You think they can win a big one on the road?
I think they can. They haven't. They have to prove it. Don't get me wrong. But when you lose 34-31 in inclement weather in Buffalo with Skylar Thompson as your quarterback, I have reason to believe that you have an opportunity to get the job done. That's just what I believe. But I think that when you're talking about them, first of all, Buffalo's got to come to Miami. Miami beat them, lost to them earlier in Buffalo. Now Buffalo got to come back. Miami's going to avenge that loss. They got spanked 48-20.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to beat Buffalo that game. They're going to get Buffalo back for that. That's what I believe personally, okay? And so when I look at it from that perspective, certainly I've got Miami winning the AFC East, no doubt.
It's just the inconsistency in the back-to-back games and scoring 20 points. I don't like what I'm seeing from them offensively. Yeah, we know they can be very explosive, but they haven't been explosive the last couple of games. Tua turning the ball over. You look, they've won 2 games in which they've turned the ball over 3+ times. That was against the Raiders and the Giants. You know when you step up in level of competition, you cannot turn the football over. You turn the football over, you lose.
Dolphins 21-9 over the last 30 games when Tua starts. And oh, by the way, what is it right here? I'm looking at this right here. They've got like 17 of their past 19 home games they've won. I'm going to roll with the Dolphins.
Okay.
I'm going to roll with the Dolphins.
Yep. They play Friday, day after Thanksgiving, while you're having leftovers.
Jets might be a rally behind Tim Boyle.
You hear Molly bring up leftovers?
Do you eat like real Thanksgiving food? Like when you eat carbs?
You'll
eat stuffing, like sweet
It's
potato
dressing.
pie.
I don't eat stuffing. I eat dressing.
Okay, you eat dressing? Okay. You're going to eat pies?
Yeah.
Really?
Sweet potato pecan.
See what she's doing,
and
right?
the next day you're going to do
See what she's doing, right?
leftovers the next day, or then will you be like hardcore in the gym?
Nah. I'll eat Thursday, I'll eat Friday, but then I'm done with it. I'm not going to be eating Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, until it's all gone.
I'm interested in, producing additional content outside of the world of sports. Got a perfect show. Molly hosting the show for the Food Network. Can't miss. Can't miss. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Can you cook, Molly?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, God. Is this really happening?
But I know she can eat.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
I know that.
Yeah, I've been on the road.
You bring buckets of stuff.
Yeah.
This is what she does.
What do you mean
Molly
you've
would
been
always
on the road?
If you don't, you think you're a construction worker, the way she be brown bagging it.
Been on the road.
We went on the road.
I eat egg white bites.
Molly.
I eat egg white bites.
Were we not on the road in Savannah?
Yeah.
Were we not on the road in Winston-Salem?
Yeah.
Were we not on the road in Denver?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's all I said,
Don't
Molly.
let me bring up
We
the
saw her
Chick-fil-A I
eat
saw
each
you
time.
pound.
No, that was Carrie Hilliard.
Okay, right. Food Network. Molly, trying to tell y'all, it can't miss. Trust me, it can't miss. Food.
Okay, coming up.
So you can cook.
Are the Chiefs' issues fixable?
So I don't know about the case of the drops that they're certainly going through and have been going through over there. We need to get more jugs machines in abundance, baby, for their skill positions. But I do believe that their issues are fixable strictly because if you look around this AFC that I think going into the season we thought was going to be incredibly dominant, there's a lot of teams that haven't really proven to be that. I mean, you look at the Baltimore Ravens, obviously they have been phenomenal offensively, defensively, but they still have 3 losses. Then you look at the Miami Dolphins, them getting Jalen Ramsey back, I think has switched the tone on the defensive side. I think they're going to be great, but do we believe in the Buffalo Bills at this exact moment? Cincinnati Bengals lose Joe Burrow. There's a lot of questions around the AFC. So do I think that the Chiefs' issues are fixable? Yes, mostly because the conference looks a lot different than what we thought it was going in. Now, they have Patrick Mahomes. The other teams don't. All those drops, I understand, are certainly a detriment to the team. But whenever you see Patrick Mahomes do things that other people can't do, you can't help but have hope that maybe Justin Watson, a white wearing number 80-something, that wasn't Travis Kelce, who was targeted 80 or 12 times last night. Travis Kelce drops a rock last night. Obviously, MVS has that one that would have won them the game with 1:40 left. I think it's fixable strictly because of the personnel that they have in charge. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. It's going to look different than it has in years past. Pacheco obviously runs the ball hard every single time he has it. They had Kadarius Toney in the backfield last night trying to get him the ball more. Maybe we have split backs. Maybe we do a little bit of Travis Kelce, Justin Watson on one side with Rice with another one. I think they have time. I think they'll figure it out. I think it is fixable, and I believe that the Chiefs are sitting in a position where they might win their 3rd Super Bowl in just so many years.
But the question I ask for you, you say that the teams in the AFC haven't been dominant. Have the Chiefs looked dominant this year?
No.
And if they can fix those second half woes, here we are 10 games into the season. They've gone 3 straight games without scoring a point in the second half. So if it's so fixable, why haven't they fixed it yet?
Well, we know the Chiefs haven't been dominant. The question really is, Shannon and Pat, do you think they can fix it?
With what? So who is Tyreek? Is Tyreek all of a sudden coming back?
No.
So because they got what they got at this point, P-Mac, you know this. You've got what you got. 10 weeks into the season, the trade deadline has already happened. There are not a whole lot of people that's sitting on their couch or in the carpool line that can help you win ball game. Because if they could, they wouldn't have been sitting on their couch or they wouldn't have been taking their kids to school. They would have been in your locker room. So I have my concerns because I've seen this get worse and worse and worse as the season progressed. And guess what? I don't know if anybody knows, P-Mac, I don't know how many times you played in Kansas City, but the weather doesn't get better as you go into December and into January. So if he's dropping the balls, if they're dropping the balls like this, it's going to get colder. And it's probably going to snow. The weather isn't going to get better. It's not going to be like Miami, or it's never going to be 72 degrees moving forward playing a game in Kansas City. So I have my concerns, and I'm not so sure because at some point in time, you can't out-scheme. See, they have scheme other than Kelce. Everything else has to be schemed. I got to formation you. I got to do a lot of things to change your eye line, your sight line. But as far as just going out and beating a guy one-on-one, they don't have that level of player. It's only in their tight end. I have my concerns. I have major concerns.
Now, whenever you talk about guys being able to beat one-on-ones, I understand that immensely. That is what inevitably will win in the playoffs and everything like that. I think they rely too much on Travis Kelce doing that. You know, he's obviously getting doubled in big-time moments, third downs, red zone. He's not able to get to. I think Andy Reid needs to start drawing up plays that make Travis Kelce open. You know, you see what McDaniel does. You don't think Tyreek Hill's getting the same exact treatment, double teamed by everybody. He has speed that's obviously different, but we need to start taking advantage of the guys that we have. I think Toney's a weapon, but anytime he was on, they took Pacheco off the field. It's like, let's have both of them on there. I believe that Andy Reid and the dudes will be able to figure it out. That's why I think it's fixable. But to your point, the weather's getting bad. Other teams are about to play their best ball. Season's coming quickly. They're going to have to figure it out. I believe in the dudes in Kansas City that they will be able to figure it out.
Yep. The Eagles obviously win, and they're winning, but it's been ugly. Do you think they can keep winning this way?
Well, the Eagles beat the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Dolphins. Now, they lost to the Jets, which is certainly a conversation that is going to be had at the end of the year on how these folks maybe didn't have a higher win percentage or whatever. But, yes, I think they can continue to win ugly because, to Shannon's point, as the weather continues to get worse, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run. You got to be able, whenever it's closer in the fourth quarter, whenever you're down, you got to be able to make big plays in big-time moments. They have superstars at all the positions you need superstars to be in. Not only, obviously, at wide receiver where they have a couple, running back they have one, quarterback they have one, offensive line they got a bunch. On the defensive side, they got dogs everywhere, and I wish that Rhino, Jalen Carter, would have been able to get a pick on a spike play last night from Patrick Mahomes, showcasing that football IQ that was absolutely absurd. I know that not every game has been pretty, and I know that they haven't looked exactly like they looked at the end of the year last year on the offensive side of the ball. Jalen has certainly looked a little bit worse than he did at the end of the year last year as we've got to this point. But yeah, they can keep winning ugly. You can keep stacking dubs. Do they play to the level of their opponent? Maybe, but that'll be good whenever they get to the playoffs because everybody in the playoffs is good. I believe that Sirianni has really implemented that dog mentality in the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have the talent. So in those close ones, they feel good about it, and they should. I believe in them. Yeah, I think they can keep winning ugly. And I think at the NFC side, the Niners, you know, they proved to be humans without Trent Williams and without Deebo Samuel. Now, obviously, they're both back, and the Niners are all the way back to who they are. The Detroit Lions, unbelievable football team. Can't wait to watch them on Thanksgiving. And the Eagles are the three teams that we're talking about. So, yeah, I think all of them wouldn't mind winning ugly as well the rest of the way.
Here's where I'm at with it, guys. We're not saying that. I don't think we're saying that if Valdez-Scantling catches that pass. Chiefs win that game in all likelihood, and we're talking about the Eagles secondary and how they've been suspect and how they can be exposed. And that's where I'm looking at it. Can they get to the quarterback? Yes. Can they apply pressure? Yes. Can Hassan Riddick make noise with Fletcher Cox and the crew? Absolutely.
Right.
Offensively, you're looking at the offensive line. You're looking at the tush push. You're looking at Jalen Hurts. Even though his knee has been bothering him, he ran for that touchdown last night. That was good to see. Devontae Smith really picking up where A.J. Brown couldn't because they keyed on A.J. Brown, and he only had one reception for 8 yards. We get all of that. Dallas Goedert is out right now. How long is he going to be out? Is he out for the season? We don't know. I'm just saying you got these question marks about the Philadelphia Eagles, particularly in their secondary. And to me, that makes me think about the Lions. I can't ignore the Cowboys, and I have to elevate the San Francisco 49ers because Williams and Debo are back.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
You think Philly's as good as they were last year?
No.
No, I don't either. But if somebody would have told you at some point in time during the season, okay, they're going to go on the road to Kansas City.
Yeah.
They're going to be 3 of 11 on third down. They're going to have 238 total yards, and they're going to have lose the time of possession battle by 4 minutes. You're like, Kansas City going to blow them out. But this is what they can do. They can play mediocre football and still be close in the ball game, and Jalen Hurts and that offense will find a way to get the ball into the end zone and win. The difference in the ball game, they were 3 of 3 in the red zone. The Chiefs was 2 of 4. Yeah. Remember I told you, you kick field goals, you lose game. You score touchdowns in the red zone, you win games. That was the difference.
Okay. Field goals are good, though. Let's remember that. 3 points is better than 0.
Not bad.
7 points is better than 3. 3 points is better than 0.